Hello, Ms. Garza. My name is Vanessa Tirado. Thank you for meeting me today. I'm the social worker here, and what we try to do is try to direct you to different resources and try to hear maybe what's going on. So, from my understanding, you're going through some recent changes at home. Something about your mom moving in. Would it be okay if we talk a little bit about that?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Ms. Garza. Before we begin, I would like to mention that everything you share is completely confidential, unless you disclose that you're wanting to hurt yourself or hurt someone else. And I would also share your information in the event that you need some further resources and you're okay with me sharing your information for that resource. Would that be okay?
Yes, it will.
Okay, Ms. Garza, you want to tell me a little bit about what's going on in the recent changes at your house?
Yeah, well, my mom just moved in with me, and I've been feeling sort of tired, and my house work is falling behind, and um, I've been, well, fighting a lot with my friends, and not getting along, fighting with my husband too, and having trouble sleeping, and I even feel like I'm dreaming and like I'm forgetting things, like to get my mom's medicine or some things I had to do and I forget, and I think I need help on that.
Okay, so all these new changes, they're just causing a lot of stress and overwhelming situations in your house.
Yes.
It sounds like you're going through a lot, and I would like to ask you some questions about your feelings with all these changes. Would that be okay?
Yes, okay.
So, based on these questions on your feelings, they're all during the last 2 weeks. So, if you would want to think about the last 2 weeks, during the last 2 weeks, how often have you been bothered by the following problems? One, feeling nervous, anxious, or on edge in the last 2 weeks. Not at all, several days, more than half days, or nearly every day.
Nearly every day.
Okay. In the last 2 weeks, how long have you felt not being able to stop or control worrying? Not at all, several days, more than half a days, or nearly every day.
Nearly every day.
Okay. And in the last 2 weeks, how often have you felt bothered by worrying too much about different things? Not at all, several days, more than half a days, or nearly every day.
Well, what was that?
Not at all, several days, more than half the days, or nearly every day. That you feel worried too much about different things.
Mostly half a day.
Okay. In the last 2 weeks, how long or how have you been having troubles relaxing? Not at all, several days, more than half the days, or nearly every day.
Nearly every day.
In the last 2 weeks, how often have you been bothered by being so restless that it is hard to sit still? Not at all, several days, more than half the days, or nearly every day.
Half a day.
Okay. In the last 2 weeks, how often have you been bothered by becoming easily annoyed or irritable? Like that you get irritated. Not at all, the several days, more than half the days, or nearly every day.
More than half a day.
And in the last 2 weeks, how often have you felt bothered by feeling afraid as if something awful might happen? Not at all, several days, more than half the days, or nearly every day.
Nearly every day.
Okay, thank you so much. Let me just tally everything up. Okay. So, after reviewing your score, we did a general anxiety disorder little questionnaire, and after reviewing your score, you scored a 18. So that puts you in this severe anxiety category. So when you have severe anxiety, obviously it can lead to different anxiety disorders, like panic attacks, anxiety attacks. So sometimes we recommend for people to have some type of sessions or counseling where they can talk to someone or have resources to get help. And with this anxiety disorder, since you did score in the severe anxiety category, I would like to recommend that maybe we can meet weekly to try to schedule and try to find a plan for you to accommodate and help with your stress and anxiety. You think you could meet weekly? Would that work for you?
No, not weekly.
Okay, well, do you think maybe every 2 weeks, bi-weekly? Do you think that would be a little better for your schedule?
Every 2 weeks will be fine.
Okay, well, that's great, Ms. Garza. Bi-weekly meetings are great. We can go from there. I can direct you, give you some more information. I would like to give you these pamphlets so you can read at home. This is just information on anxiety and stuff you can do at home whenever you feel like you're having a lot of anxiety. In the meanwhile, and also there's my information if you need to call me, and we'll schedule, on your way out, we can schedule your meeting for 2 weeks. Thank you so much for your time. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you, ma'am.